be with me. Please be with me now. Please be with me now. Please be with me now. Thank you. Hey everyone, I'm sorry that was a weird beginning. I was saying my opening prayers and asking for guardians and guides to be with me, to guide in my words and my thoughts and my actions, and it just started recording on its own. So I guess it was the movement. I don't have it set on an automatic, but that's what it was doing. So I'm just going to leave it, because that's kind of what I do. I sit and I call for all of divinity to be with me. Spirit guides and guardians, please be with me, please be with me, please be with me. Help me to know what to do and say, that kind of thing. Okay, so we're going to leave it. All right. Well, good morning, everyone. My name is Holly. I'm a psychic medium. Welcome to the channel. Energy is ramping up big time. I know I've been saying that a lot, but it just keeps growing and growing and growing. And today I just was intuitively pulled to the mug with the big yellow monarch, and I believe that's a monarch, or yeah, monarch butterfly, and a dogwood flower. I just, roses are, it's not dogwood, it's a dog rose. But anyway, roses are an excellent tool for any kind of crossing work. So that was a tip that Spirit gave me when I was in the middle of some crossing work, and I can go into that more if you guys want to know about it. But that's why I like to keep rose oil around frequently. Anyway, blah, 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 blah. Let's just get into it. What do you say? All right. So if so inclined, please subscribe to the channel and like the video if you like it. And if you don't, well, that's okay. There are plenty of readers out there. Yeah, energy ramping up. So I started to look into what is going on, because I've been hearing a lot, and I've got a couple of friends who are going to take trips to places where the solar eclipse is going to be more visible, which is, I think, August 8th. But we also have a lunar eclipse right around the corner on like the 25th of this month. So that's in what, like a week or something, you know? I don't know exactly, but it's, so we've got a lunar eclipse and a solar eclipse back to back. So it is, and I just heard the word flares. So I don't know if there are flares going on too, but it's definitely flaring up energy. That's a whole lot to process. We are affected by planetary shifts, if nothing else physiologically, just because we are part of this world, and our bodies are predominantly made of you know, water or whatever. I'm sorry, I keep playing with my hair and scratching my face and just, all right. I need more coffee this morning, I think. All right. I'm not an astrologer. I'm not an astronomer. Many of you are. But, you know, all I know is that that's got to have something to do with it. So, all right. So let's get into this. And also, someone I know had a very, very good comment in the comments about smelling different things, the sense of smell. That, you know, like for me, I would smell lilacs if my grandmother were around, and she's been, you know, dead a long time. That is called clairolfaction, or a clairolfactory sense. So that is a thing. There are a lot of different clairs, and the ability to smell things, like if someone were a smoker or a pipe smoker and you smell pipe smoke whenever that person comes around you in spirit, then that's clairolfaction. And then clairgustance is if you taste. So if you get a weird taste in your mouth that is not medically induced or because of something you ate, that is also a psychic sense. So there's all kinds of ways that we have psychic senses, and that goes back to that your body is your biggest psychic tool tip that I always love to throw out at people. All right, I've got the Colette Baron Reed Spirit Animal Pocket Oracle, and it opened up to this in the middle, which is Stag Spirit, take the lead. Actually, what I feel like Stag Spirit is telling us today, and these are our animal allies, those who are very connected to the natural world and the planet we live on, then these animal allies very frequently are more tangible to us than maybe spirit guides in total energy form. Or okay, enough with the school today. Let me just get back in. So stag spirit, to me, what I'm hearing about that, because spirit is very close today. It's always close, but it's like really close today. Stag spirit is telling us, be calm, be centered, watch, and wait. Be ready to jump when it's time. Be ready to run when it's time, either toward or away from something. Not in fear, but in anticipation of that's what you're supposed to do next. So for some of you, it will be going towards something. For some of you, it will be like hightailing it out of there to get away from something. But watch and be patient. Watch, be still, be very quiet, watch and listen, and the answer will come to you. That's what I'm hearing from that. Is that enough? We don't need another one? Let's do one more, just because everybody loves the animal guides. Okay, we got one. Skunk spirit. Know your worth. Boy, isn't that it? Isn't that it? Skunks are actually beautiful animals. The markings, they're just gorgeous. And they just want to kind of they don't want to be hassled. And they're not really big fighters, but man, they can throw a stink out and rush, and people will run away just because they don't want to deal with that smell, and it's hard to get off. So you have defenses. You have a way to defend yourself. You just have to let yourself not be afraid to... I'm hearing let your beauty shine. Let your beauty shine. You know, we are our own worst enemies, you know. There for a while, I had gained too much weight in my 40s, and then I lost it and ended up in a relationship where I felt like I could never be thin enough, partly because that's what was reinforced, and partly because of my own dysfunction, so I can't put all this off on anyone else. I was the one that chose not to eat. Now I feel like I'm at a good place. So I think everyone always wants to lose a couple of pounds, but truly I am okay right where I am, because I would not have felt that way this time last year, but I'm okay where I am because my skin isn't literally hanging off my skeleton. You know, I think I was at and even, you know, when your doctor tells you, we got to do something here. You know, you have zero muscle tone, and you've always had muscle in the past. Something's not right. So take care of yourselves. Let yourself shine. Let yourself be beautiful. I am so proud of younger women for embracing all body shapes and all body types. I am so proud of young women in particular, and there are older ones too. But for those of you who are younger, or if you know young women, please don't body shame. Please don't tell them not to eat. Okay? I am so proud of all of you for embracing who you are and where you are. That's a lesson for those of us who are older, who were raised in the time of Twiggy and emaciated women as the symbol of beauty. No, it just means you're emaciated and you probably die of a heart attack sooner. Yes, I am on a roll today. Okay. Now, let's see what we've got. I am using the Sandra Ann Taylor, the Quantum Oracle deck, and there is a message. We're going to have a spirit coming in. I can feel it, but I feel like we need to get a message first, and it's going to be a bouncing off point for this. I can hear a very motherly, grandmotherly, or is it a great aunt? I don't know. Well, there's a whole chorus of women behind me, and they're like, don't you let anybody make you feel like you're less than. Don't you let anyone make you feel like that you are not good enough. If men looked in the mirror with the same critical eye, and some do. A lot of men have eating disorders, and a lot of men have body image issues. But you know what? If you look at the men who honestly are sending us the messages very often of low self-esteem, creating low self-esteem, growing up, whatever. Really? Have you looked at them? So we need to embrace and hold each other up and bolster each other rather than bring each other down or be competitive. That word. Ding, ding, ding. The competitiveness, not working in any area. All right. Now, all right, so the Quantum Oracle. The first one is professional assistance. So if you need professional assistance, and that is in the form of medical care or counseling or financial, I'm hearing financial. If someone needs a financial planner or needs to talk to someone about how to budget, or if professional help in terms of how to get your resume together, how to do whatever, get it. It's okay. Google it. Ask a friend, somebody that you feel like is doing well in a certain area. Ask them, what did you do? How did you do it? This is that part of coming together and not being in competition. We can help each other along and go much further than if we were in competition and trying to hold each other back. All you're doing is holding yourself back in the end, and we all know that. All right, consciousness. This is from the consciousness section of this deck. This deck is separated out into a lot of different categories. All right, one is consciousness. So one, this is card one, and it's optimism. Oh my gosh, I love like a gateway or a doorway or an opening, and look at that. Look how beautiful that is. Yellow. She's wearing yellow. That's significant. Solar plexus, internal seat of power. And that's what this whole rant of mine has been about. Your seat of power. And the sun is coming up. And look at all the fruit. You are about to come into your harvest. You are about to come into your fruitfulness. You are about to come into your power. Acknowledge your solar plexus. That chakra that is don't be afraid. That's the message. Thank you. Don't be afraid of your power. Just like that little skunk. It's a little tiny thing. In reality, compare it to the size of a bear or an elephant. But a skunk is a little thing, but people don't want to mess with it. But yet they can admit that it's impressive. It's a beautiful little creature that just by emitting a smell or an oil that lingers, it's got power. I'm not going to walk up on a skunk. So, I just got a sort of funny message. It's like, let your inner skunk shine. That's kind of funny. Oh gosh. We are coming into a place of power. Women are coming into a place of power. Not those women who just throw out the line of the patriarchy in terms of, and I love men, don't get me wrong. I am seeing a delightful man right now, and he has not given me any reason to not trust him. And he's just got an incredibly good heart. Early days, so we're gonna, just be happy. But not too early, but early enough. So it's not like I'm not downing men. We all have masculine and feminine qualities within us. So it's important. It is important to acknowledge both sides of us. But the feminine energy and the power that comes from women is on the rise. And it's okay to acknowledge that. It's okay to feel powerful, to feel strong. When females are in their weakest or not empowered state, I think we exhibit the worst qualities of the gender, and that's when we turn on each other. So, hopefully, we don't want to be puppets for anyone, and there are a whole lot of women who are. This is turning into an odd message. Why is there so much anger? There's someone, yeah, no more cards right now. There's someone coming through. There's someone coming through. Why are you so angry? There's a woman here who has not okay. Bear with me for a minute. We've got someone who's we've got more than one. That's why I was having trouble sorting out messages, and I'm like, wait a minute. How can that be that I'm getting two distinctly different messages? There's a group of women who's, and these eclipses, I think, are opening up portals for the dead to come in. Okay, we're going to do this. We're just going to do it. All right. These are untransitioned spirits, because that's what I do. That's my primary role in mediumship. My primary purpose for being born into this incarnation. So, and that's why the roses came up. That's why I needed the mug with the rose. That's why. Okay, got it. I was wondering about that. So one of them, it's a group of women, and I'm hearing plagued by abuse. One woman was, I keep hearing the name Murphy Brown. You know that old show with Candace Bergen in it? And she was the, fearless reporter and ahead of her time, but was, it was a rough road for females to make a name in, well, just listen to some of the reports and histories of women in the field, or any field, where they rise to prominence. So this is a woman who, man, she was killed because she was visible. Ugh. So there was like a stalker, crazy fan who killed her because, and she was a reporter, state, local channel, rising up through the ranks, probably had a shot to be on a national program, news program. And all she wanted to do was her job. She just wanted to be good at her job. Someone stalked her and killed her. Okay, the anger is subsiding. She just needed to be heard. Casey, or KC, or there's, or the initials K and C, or the name Casey is important. I don't know in what aspect. The thing that she's trying to communicate, but the emotions are still intense. And she's doing this. So she is actually opening the door for some other women. And the weight issue, this came up this morning with the friend that I text with every morning, and who lives in another area. And we were both kind of lamenting about aging and physicality and all that stuff, the stuff that happens to us. But this other woman who's coming through that Casey is bringing in, she is tiny. She's emaciated. She had an eating disorder, and she didn't survive it. And she's scared to move on because she doesn't know if she'll be accepted. And she grew up with those messages about women are bad, Women don't know anything, blah, blah, blah. And she's just scared. She doesn't know what to do. She was always told what to do, and not eating was the one thing she could control. It's heartbreaking. All right, we just got to get them moved on. Oh, yeah, there's more, but there's like just going in a straight line. All right, open the gateway, please. We're going to do this together. Open the gateway, please. All right. So the first woman, she's leading the charge, and she is escorting all of them through. She's standing with me right at the gateway, and she's escorting all of them through. They trust her. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I'm going to let them move through. It's okay. You're doing the right thing. You're all welcome on the other side. And you don't have to wait for approval from anyone. Oh, thank you. The women from that the weeping woman brought to cross. That line of women, they're standing in the back, and they're singing, and they're clapping, and they're chanting, and they're making noise, and some are drumming, and some are just yipping and making the call for them to come in, making the call. Oh God, I love those women. Thank you. They're in their best selves because they've made the transition. There's someone that has a lion image or sense or big mane of hair well, traveling show. Someone that was connected to a traveling show. Like a circus kind of thing. I know that's odd, but they're almost. They're going to take care of the rest of that because it's a long line. And they're just moving through. They're going behind and in front of me, and I can feel when they move across my chest. Okay, they want to wrap up so that this can just be done without distraction. I will come back later today and do another video. Now I know why all that angsty energy to begin with. I'll come back later today. Okay? Sending love to you all. Love to these women. For any male watchers, thank you for being strong and kind people. And any struggles that you face, I'm so sorry that you're facing them. I'm hearing the woundedness of many of the males. Just as the wounded female, it comes across in destructive ways sometimes. Okay, I'm going to have to do a little work now to honor these women as they move through. Sending love to you all. Thank you for being you. And I'll see you soon. Maybe. Odd. This isn't doing anything.